Hello, I'm Sarah Grady Ackerman. Ryan Van Cleave has captured the crisis of school violence in his first book for young adults titled Unlocked. It's the gold medal winner in the young adult category of the 2011 Florida Book Awards. Welcome, Ryan. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
And congratulations.
Thanks.
Obviously, this is a topic that has become all too familiar for us. What led you to want to tackle school violence?
I was between books and trying to find a topic that really spoke to me, that I thought would resonate with readers, and a tragedy ensued. My undergraduate school had a shooting. I was on Valentine's Day of 2008. A very unhappy kid came into a classroom, one that I used to take classes in.
Really?
And they shot 5 people, killed 5 people, and hurt 21 others. And the chair I used to sit in had bullet holes in it. And it just got me thinking about the randomness of this type of violence and how really just a couple years difference, this could have been me, it could be anybody. And I started thinking this is in the consciousness of all students and probably teachers today. This is their world. I think I need to talk about this.
Right. Okay. So that led to Unlocked. Kind of give us a summary of what Unlocked is about.
Unlocked is the story of a 14-year-old kid who's starting a new high school, and he's been an outsider his whole life. And he's concerned about being an outsider at this school because his dad's the janitor, and it's a pretty geeky thing to have there. And he ends up having to be befriended by other outsiders. And rumors start to fly around that one of them might have a gun, you know. And this guy knows the other guy, Blake, who they think has a gun, and he likes him. This is the only friend he's got. So it challenges the ideas of friendship and duty and obligation and honor and a lot of sorts of things like this. And nothing's black and white. What's the right thing to do? And I think that's something young people struggle with today. No choice is easy, and it's sometimes not clear what the right choice is.
Right. And so right along those lines, how do you hope this book impacts those young readers?
Well, first of all, I hope they get excited about reading literature again and reading books, because books can be about topics that are relevant to their lives, not written by people that died 100 years ago about times they don't know. So I hope that's one of the outcomes. But also, too, I hope that people understand that there are tough choices, and there's sometimes no easy answer, but that doesn't mean that we can't figure out the best thing to do. And I guess ultimately I hope that we learn to think about our place in the world a little bit more, maybe pay attention to each other, because almost always when these tragedies occur, there are warning signs and people just tend to miss them. They're not paying enough attention. Sometimes that's, you know, teachers, students, friends, family. You just don't listen for people who cry out but don't know how to say help. And I hope that this book gives people some of those ideas that you can make a difference, you can help people out and avoid some of these tragedies before they happen. Right,
so potentially make a major impact. I'm curious to know what kind of feedback that you've gotten from young readers, especially young men.
Yeah, I do get emails and notes from them, but primarily it's librarians are the ones. They're the conduit who recommends books to people and says, you know, try this one. I think this is a good fit for you, which is one of the things that librarians do well, is they make that literary love match. Recently, one of my former students from about 10 years ago emailed me and said, a librarian recommended your book to me. She said, I went to the librarian and said, I want to write young adult books. And they said, try this one. And she goes, I know that person. That was my former professor. So I had a wonderful opportunity there. And she said she loved the book, and now she's recommending it to some of her students because she's a teacher now, too. Now,
you mentioned former professor. Now, you taught creative writing at several colleges, including Florida State University. Just in that respect, what does it mean to you to receive this honor by the Florida Book Awards? Well,
as someone who lived here for a lot of years, getting my master's and PhD, and again, living here for a while now, and probably going to live here for the rest of my life. I got a great job. I got a great place to be. It's wonderful to be acknowledged and recognized for doing something that matters. I mean, as authors, as creators of something that's we want to last in the world, we love it when we find an audience who respects and wants to interact with it, and it's a wonderful experience. I'm really happy about it.
Oh, great. And it's such a timely and important piece of work, and we thank you for writing it, and again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
The Florida Book Awards are presented annually to recognize, honor, and celebrate the best Florida literature. The program is coordinated by the Florida State University Libraries and co-sponsored by these groups that promote books by and for all Floridians.